Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are having a new quantity, acceleration. Now, why do we need this another quantity? First, see we talk about motion. Motion means change in position. For that, we wanted something to define position. That was distance and displacement. Then we wanted which quantity would tell us the rate of change of position, and for that we use speed and velocity. Now we need a quantity which should define the rate of change of speed and velocity. So for that we have acceleration. So let's study about acceleration in detail. So what is acceleration? So let's see what's acceleration. The word accelerate, it means to increase. It's the literal meaning, right? So the rate of change of velocity is known as acceleration. As I mentioned that initially we started with position. So what quantity defines position? Distance and displacement. Then we started with rate of change of position, and for that we introduced speed and velocity. Now we want to see the rate of change of velocity, and so for that we have acceleration. Acceleration is a vector quantity. That means it not only needs magnitude but also needs direction. So whenever we talk of acceleration, we actually talk about the rate at which velocity is changing. So we don't use the term speed here because the acceleration is a vector quantity. And the SI unit for the acceleration is meter per second square. Now, why meter per second square? Because acceleration is nothing but velocity, change in velocity divided by time. So, change in velocity, what is the unit for velocity? That's meter per second. And divided by time, what is the unit for time? That is seconds. So, meter per second divided by second. So, you will get meter per second square. That is the unit of acceleration. Now, let's take an example of a car and say that initially the speed or velocity of car is very slow, and then suddenly what happens? Speed increases, and after a few times again it increases all the above. So see, while talking about velocity, sometimes we often use the term speed also, and because speed and velocity both are actually talking about the rate of change of position, but the only difference is that one has direction and the other doesn't have direction. So even sometimes if I use the term speed, please don't get confused. So in this case, what do we see? The velocity of car is increasing. Initially it was less, then it increases little more. So this change of velocity, right? So how is velocity changing with time? And that rate is known as acceleration. That rate of change of velocity is known as acceleration. So now in previous lecture, we were talking about speed and velocity, we were talking about distance time graphs. Now let's talk about velocity time graph. So what is velocity time graph? It's basically a plot where you have time on the x-axis as time is independent, and velocity is along the y-axis as velocity is dependent quantity. So this graph tells us how the velocity is varying with time. Now we will see now how do we determine a form of velocity time graph. Okay? If you look at velocity time graph like this, where your velocity is increasing consistently with time, that means after every 1 hour your velocity is 1 kilometer per hour. Again, when your time is 2 hours, you can see velocity is 2 kilometer per hour. When your time is 3 hour, your velocity is 3 kilometer per hour. That means in every 1 hour, change in velocity is 1 kilometer per hour. That means for every equal interval of time, your velocity is also increasing equally. So that means velocity is uniformly increasing with time. So in such kind of velocity time graphs, slope of this graph gives you acceleration. Okay. Now let's look at some of the examples where acceleration is zero. And the first example is, say, when your car is at rest, when your body object is at rest. That means it's not at all moving. So if it's not moving, then there is no change in position. So definitely your displacement will be zero because there is no change in position. It means that your velocity is zero. And when velocity is zero, there is no change in velocity. That means acceleration is zero because change in velocity is acceleration. But when your velocity is zero, it means your acceleration is zero, right? So that is the first scenario where when object is at rest, acceleration will be zero. Now let's take the next scenario when the car is in uniform motion. But in uniform motion, as we have discussed, it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. So in case of uniform motion, what happens? Your velocity remains constant as because position is increasing with time, but it's increasing equally. It's increasing, position is increasing, changing with time, but it's increasing equally. So if I say the car is moving at the speed of, say, at 2 km per hour, that means at every instant of time velocity is 2 km per hour. So the velocity remains constant. Now if velocity remains constant, what will happen to the acceleration? As the acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. So here velocity is not at all changing with time, right? So body is not accelerating. So your acceleration here is zero. Okay. So these are the two scenarios where acceleration remains zero when object is at rest and when an object is moving with uniform, is moving in uniform motion. That was all about acceleration. Thank you.